You know, local media has an agenda that they're going to serve. I don't know who's in charge of it or what it is, if it's like a headless monster.
You know, I was pretty happy with that one gerbils the other night.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, yeah.
That was a good pizza.
Yeah. Fat wallets and empty hearts. Which...
Fat wallets, empty hearts.
It's insane how little musicians get. So, if you're interested in support, not just me, but any musician that you like, one of the best ways to do that, it sounds old school because it is purchase their music, purchase their merch, you know.
Hey guys, this is Mark from Rat Rod. Hi, this is Mikey P from Skell. Hey, this is Jeff from the Bell Jumpers.
Let's go.
Probably Dave Grohl, because he's awesome.
This is Jessica for the band Dimitus. You're listening to Pennsylvania Rock Show.
What's up, everyone? You are tuned in to the Pennsylvania Rock Show, episode number 697. You just heard 3 tracks there at the top of the show. They were Medusa's Disco, Round She Goes, Rover, Busted Iron, and if you were listening live on the radio, you got to hear this song 1 3/4 times. It was Dream the Heavy and their unreleased track Until Tomorrow. And 2 of them are with me tonight. We got TK and Sully on drums. I'm going to call you that all night.
That's my preferred name.
It's true. It's true. Hello, humans. Hi, Bill.
Greetings.
Hi.
Thank you for having us.
Good to be with
welcome.
you,
Thanks
man.
for coming on.
Yeah.
Such an impressive individual.
Somebody told me I was the smartest person in the room the other day in front of someone who had their doctorate. And I was like, okay.
Did you push the person with the doctorate out of the room and say, now say that again? No offense, but you must leave now.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. It's true, though. You are extremely impressive, Bill.
Thank you. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to ask you a few like normal interview questions, and then I'm going to ask you build a scene questions. And if you haven't had a chance to watch any of my interviews, you're in for you may either really like them, or I had one guy who kind of bailed in the middle. Don't do that.
I won't do that. We will not do that. But you may have to censor our answers, it sounds like.
Oh. I mean, I can do that after the fact, but I definitely do not have a dump button. So
yeah, it's all right. We will not dump on you tonight, Bill.
All right, so I'm going to give you those normal questions. I'm going to ask you where the name Dream the Heavy came from.
Sully, do you want that?
So we went round and round for a few weeks looking for a band name, and this is after TK joined. Before TK joined, it was Mathias and Paul and I. Paul recruited Mathias and I to join a band that didn't last. It actually fell apart before we actually started, and so we decided to do our own thing. And when we brought TK in, like we recognized pretty quickly that this was something that was something worth pursuing and going through all the steps. And so we went around and around for a few weeks, and it was eventually Mathias who threw out the name Dream the Heavy for us.
I think it was Paul.
Was it Paul?
It was Paul. Yeah.
It was Paul or Mathias. It wasn't one of us.
It wasn't one of us. That's why we're uncertain. But I remember Paul saying that it was the pendulum swing contrast of how we create. And it was the dream-like vocals and lyrics and the heavy rhythm, and so it's that Dream the Heavy scenario. Sully, I assume that's what you were going to say.
Thank you for picking up for me and teaching my sentences like the best bandmates we are.
Yeah, right on.
So at is it Millville?
Yeah,
Millville. That's where the axes are, right?
Yes.
The axe throwing, yeah. So were either of you unicorns that night, or was that the other band members?
Well, how about that?
because I was yes, I was taking photos that night.
Oh yes,
Paul was the inflatable unicorn.
Yes.
Okay.
We were all unicorns. Well, yes, we were unicorns.
Yeah, I was the dark unicorn. I was the dark mask. Like I was the one who wouldn't leave the stage for most of the show. I was having way too much fun.
Actually, that's his screen name on Instagram, Dark Unicorn.
Dark unicorn. I have an OnlyFans account named that.
Yes, and I was the unicorn head that kept that was rubbery and kept falling off, and I was wearing a suit, I think, at the time. And Paul, our bassist, was the inflatable unicorn.
Well, see, I took photos of you and didn't even know it.
How about that? What a night, right? Man, what a night.
Yeah.
So many great bands, but to we played and then to go over and see God Hates Unicorns, which is, if you out there, if you haven't seen God Hates Unicorns, do yourself a favor, go experience this. I refer to it as if Mickey and Mallory did cabaret. It's such an amazing event, and you might even inflate yourself up into a unicorn by the end of the evening.
Yes. You may want to put like an age restriction on the show, though.
Yeah, man. You got to grow up sometime.
That's advised. I don't know if you're familiar with the genre of rock music they call themselves, but I've been warned.
I am.
Can't use that kind of language on the radio.
Yes.
But they're wonderful human beings. And actually, the first podcast that we ever did was with those cats through First Angel Media.
Bands that are not better than God Hates Unicorns, or how.
That's what it was called. That's right.
Anyway, yes,
that's right. They're brilliant, and they're correct.
They're a lot of fun. I will give them that.
They're one of the best shows that you can catch around town. Like when I first saw them, I was like, it's just in love with that band. I still am.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that's Charlie Doyle that just popped up on the video.
Hey,
Huge
Charlie.
Metal supporter.
Right on, Charlie.
He
Happy
also
birthday.
runs. Oh, yeah, that was yesterday, but that's not why I put that up. It's because he was there. So Charlie runs. I always mess this up. It's Charlie. You're gonna have to throw it in the chat room. There, I think.
Throw it in the chat room, Charlie.
Let's see if you did. Nope. You just said hello.
Right on. Well, it's good to see you, Charlie.
It's either active and autistic or autistic and active.
That's all. That's every great artist I've ever met.
Yeah, he puts together. Let's see if he does. There it is. Active and autistic. He puts together different activities for people that have autism and other situations.
That's wonderful.
And he's involved with a lot of things that go down with Band Together Pittsburgh.
Yes,
and,
yes, that's the Ronnie Moondog.
Yes, Moondog. Yep.
Yes, indeed.
John Vento.
That's right, Vento. I know those cats fairly well. Yep, played that venue many times.
John has played live in this room.
Sweet. Oh, he's a nice guy, dude. He's such a good guy.
Yes.
Yeah, and Moondog, my lord, the history of the blues that came through that venue is it's very impressive to me. I studied blues for years, and that's how I know Ronnie.
So we're like 8 minutes into this interview segment of 10 minutes, and I've asked you guys one question. That's how
Bill,
it usually goes, though. So here, I'm going to ask you another one.
Okay,
go for it.
That's usually how it goes. All right, so you're leaving a gig, and there's a DeLorean sitting outside with its door open and a flux capacitor in the back seat. Where are you going in time, and what band are you going to hang out with while you're there?
Oh, my lord! Can I go first?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. I'm going to go to just one. Okay, I'm going to go to the Fifth Avenue. I'm going to go to the Fifth Avenue in Minneapolis when Prince and the Revolution are recording for the Purple Rain movie.
Very cool.
I'm going to track back to 1980 to the studio in Quebec, Canada, and hang out with Rush while they record moving pictures.
Dig it.
You guys both answered that quickly. Did you watch a show before?
No, but I'm so many. I can answer that in like
I've
5 different ways immediately.
Same.
We each have a multiverse rolling around in us. You know, when Sully and I first met, I walked into the studio with them, their recording, or well, their practice space, and their ability to improv and create on the spot. I knew in a moment, you know, that these individuals had a multiverse moving inside of them at all times as musicians, and they were just in tune and in sequence. And it was so much fun. And that's what jazz is, and that's what blues is, and all great improv artists. They're great musicians that I'm thrilled to be in a band with right now because they have a multiverse of choices moving inside of them constantly. So ask us that question again, and we'll give you another great answer immediately. The great musicians have that ability.
Yeah, and that's kind of how we write. Like I think our finished product doesn't really come across it, but I envision us being sort of a jam band first, and then adding that structure. And you know, it's like let's get creative, and then let's start to get cerebral once we have something that's kind of. But we've also, like, from the very first day TK rolled into the studio, we have 1 or 2 songs coming out that were written that night, all in improv. Like we had nothing pre-orchestrated for what we were going to play. And one of the songs, the arrangement is almost identical to how it was originally conceived as a jam.
Eyes of a Killer. Yeah, Eyes of a Killer. I just listened to that recently, Sully. And you're right. It is almost exactly like written that evening. Or it came,
the pieces of that.
We grabbed it from the ether that evening. And that's how you'll be hearing it when we release it.
So I was looking through my emails earlier, and I definitely have until tomorrow, which we played 1 3/4 times already. There you go. And the future is now live at Club Cafe. But I think I got another email months ago with some other songs. So I'm probably going to add them all. What I'm going to do is in this next break, I'm going to go find that email, and I'll tell you what else I have.
All right.
So we're going to take a short break, about 2 minutes. If you're on the live radio side, you're going to hear Indestructible is the album. The band is Andrew Novak and Sean Kelly, and the song is called Breathe. And on the radio side, you're going to learn about the tickets that we give away thanks to Drusky Entertainment. And we'll be right back with Dream the Heavy. Have you ever wondered how to enter our contest to win 2 free tickets to select Drusky Entertainment concerts? Well, it's very simple. Go to musicfrom412.com, click on contests right here. I'll bring you to this page. And you will see various concerts that are available to win tickets. Currently, we have coming up the Clarks on November 24th at Jurgles. We have the Shiners also at Jurgles on November 29th. We're also giving away tickets to Autopsy, Fit for an Autopsy, and Exodus, with special guests Darkest Hour and Undeath. Bill Ali Band at Jurgles on January 16th. January 25th, we have 3 Dog Night at the Carnegie of Homestead Music Hall. We have tickets for Mr. Big, The Big Finish. That's a farewell tour with Mark Daly, also at Carnegie Homestead Music Hall. Also at Carnegie Homestead Music Hall, we have tickets to Extreme that we're giving away. And that's just a few of the upcoming shows that we have. And to win, all you have to do is click on one of those concerts, and you will see right here, it gives you a little form you have to fill out to give us your email address so that we can send you the tickets. And you just need to come over here and click on the Facebook share and tag both Music from the 412 and Drusky Entertainment in your share. And then we spin a wheel, and some lucky contestant wins 2 free tickets to that show. It's as easy as that. There are too many buttons.
Button. Who's got the button?
So it's there. There, it ejected it. There we go. Okay. Now the radio should be working. There should be some music playing behind my voice right now. I'm back with Dream the Heavy, Sully on drums, and TK. And I'm going to turn that auto DJ off. What is that?
It's raining inside the studio. It's very goth. Did Hemlock for Socrates demand this? So we just released did you watch this? We just released it's a skit. It's a promo skit done in very in a style like The Office or Adult Swim. And if you go to the Winter Wonder Ball, you can watch it, or Dream the Heavy on Instagram. You can watch this 10-minute skit that we did to promote our event at Mr. Small's Theater. And we all just play these hilarious characters. And it just reminds me of that, where they demand in their rider that it must be raining inside the theater for them to emote. They're emo. It's funny.
Well, since you brought up the show, we talked about it a couple times actually. Why don't you go ahead and tell us what's going on and where? Yep, you're pointing. Sully, you're being pointed out.
Yeah,
Sully, would you like that?
Yeah, Winter Wonder Ball. It's happening December 15th at Mr. Small's Theater here in Pittsburgh. We're going to have a lot of great bands and a lot of great artists and other activities. We're going to have photography going on. Dressing up is encouraged, like it's going to be like a prom type event.
Get on your mic, baby.
Yeah, so I am hearing a lot of music behind me.
I don't know why.
Because you live in a movie, Sully. That's your the soundtrack to the movie of your life.
Just like voiceover talking and music behind me. And I don't know where it's coming from.
Do you have fillings that are picking up radio stations, kind of like in a Brady Bunch episode, Sully?
Okay, I see what happened. When I clicked on this from before, I had your station open behind me. So now I can actually
all right.
That's like
hey, listen. I'm going to be honest with you. I have to really re-edit everything because I forgot to turn on your voice when we came back live. So they heard me, but they didn't hear you. So
okay, good. So let's start over. Reset button.
So December 15th.
Where do you want to start, Bill? Where do you want to start, Bill?
We can go right there because I'm not going to edit it that well. People are used to it being rough.
Yeah.
Some people like it rough, Bill.
They do. So Winter Wonder Ball is what we're talking about here, happening on December 15th. It's going to be at Mr. Small's Theater here in Pittsburgh. It's going to feature Back Alley Sound, Normal Creatures, Hemlock for Socrates, and of course us, Dream the Heavy. We're going to have a lot of great artists. It's going to be emceed by members of God Hates Unicorns. We're going to have Blossom and Burr and Ritual Chains, Bedlam Arts and Crafts, Pop Pink, and a lot more. So it's going to be a real fun event. Doors open at 6. Music starts at 7:30 until we're done.
Ooh, there's actually really something cool that we're doing also, Bill, for the Winter Wonder Ball. Since it's a ball, we're kind of treating it like a prom event, and there are prom photos being taken by an artist that evening. So come in your best ball attire and get your awkward prom photo taken that evening, and to memorialize your memorial.
For some reason, Harry Potter pops into my head when you describe.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, that's right. That's right. My kids are watching that now. That's great.
I became a fan before I had kids. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But my kids are fans.
Yes. And now I am too. Bill, what else you got, baby? Let's hear it.
Okay. Let's go with the official Build Scene question before I forget to ask it.
Right.
It's who is your Dave Grohl? And by that I mean, what band do you want to go up on stage and perform with and play one of their originals? Because Dave and the Foo Fighters are known for bringing people up on stage. They're holding up the "I want to play this song with you" sign.
Oh man,
I would love to get on stage with the Foo Fighters. I've been to their shows. They play for 4 hours. They only play like 9 songs, and every song is like 18 minutes long with all the breakdowns, and they have so much fun. Like they are like the last of the old school like rock and rollers who turn a rock and roll show into a party show. Like they put on a show like nobody I've ever seen. And I absolutely love the fact that they have been for so long. Dave will pull people from the audience to get on stage, sometimes more than once if they come again. So I would definitely do that for the Foo Fighters.
Right on. Very direct on that one. Right to the point. To the source. Oh, am I supposed to answer as well?
Yeah, you got to answer too.
Please.
Do I? And I don't have a time machine. So if I don't have a time machine,
You do still have a time machine.
I do.
Because...
Let's pretend like I do. Well, okay. If I have a time machine, it's definitely Bowie. But if I don't have a time machine, David Bowie. Oh my goodness. But if I don't have a time machine, I'm going to say it would be Balls and a Biscuit with Jack White. Let's have a ball and biscuit, baby. That's what I would do.
Yeah, I could see that being a lot of fun to do. That'd be a fun show.
So this next question has sort of become so there's another DJ on Music from 412 called Doc Rock. He does the Metal Shop 101. And he at first did not like this question, but now he's asking it on his show too. So I keep telling people eventually it's going to turn into a whole nother podcast once I've retired. But the question is, what is the best pizza you've had because you're a musician? So it has to be linked to being a musician.
Sully,
the reason.
Where's that place?
The reason. There's a reason, Paul. Good.
So the reason it has to wait for me to retire is the answers are from all over the world, and I'm going to have to travel to all those places to try these pizzas.
Oh man, you're going to hate me because I'm about to send you to New Kensington.
That's where I teach, so I could try it tomorrow.
Nice. So what was the name of the place that we're going to put on a show?
It wasn't Voodoo. It was across the street. It wasn't Preserve. That's a great place.
It wasn't.
I can't answer that right now.
Was it?
No. It was. That's a great space too. I can't answer that right now, unfortunately.
Well, Voodoo's on 5th Avenue. That'll help, maybe.
It's right across the street, and it's a brewery across the street from Voodoo.
Oh,
that's all I got. So, Sully, they had the best pizza?
I thought their pizza was
you with your cell phone.
I thought their pizza was really quite excellent.
You with your cell phone, look it up, please. And
Strange Roots.
Yeah.
Strange Roots.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah. Strange Roots. They have an excellent pizza. They have a proper pizza chef, like who has studied and worked on making his crust, and the crust is the most important thing about the pizza, and their pizza was really quite on point.
They actually, I was talking to TK before you got here earlier about musicals, and they sponsored my daughter's musical.
Oh, nice.
And they're,
so
like I said, they're super nice. They're good human beings, man.
Yeah.
All right,
yes,
so
please do.
Let's go.
You cut out there, Bill. There you are.
Am I back? Okay. Let's go with tell me something embarrassing that's happened on stage, but you have to tell me something that someone else in the band did that embarrassed you.
Do we talk about change? I don't think
Bill, I don't feel embarrassed on stage. And you know, to be honest with you, the band that I would select to be in wouldn't embarrass me, or I wouldn't be embarrassed about them. And if I did have those experiences, it wouldn't be about Dream the Heavy, because I would have already left that band.
The closest probably was when we played at, what was the name of that place? In Turtle Creek. My phone fell behind the stage. I didn't realize that there was a gap between the stage and the light rail. There was a light rail wall, the lights, and I had my glasses and I had my stick bag.
This
was
the Subalpine, and it was the last show they had.
With God Hates Unicorns. Yep.
Yeah. So as the story goes, like TK was telling me that he heard somebody say, "I can't wait years from now to tell people I was there when Sully on drums dropped his phone behind the stage, and they had to open it up with a chainsaw to get his phone back." It was a little embarrassing for the 30 or 40 minutes it took to get my phone back out from the stage, but it was a fun time the rest of the night. I told him, I was like, "That's how you finish a show, like chainsaws." It was a good time.
See, I'm doing math in my head here. Played 2-minute video. Okay. Now, because I had to start over and we started a little late, my timing's all off, but it's going to work in the end. I'm going to, let's see. How about, what is a non-standard venue that Dream the Heavy should play? And what I mean by that is, like, Kiss has played on a barge, and they played in a bay to Great White Sharks, and Metallica has played in Antarctica, and Van Halen has played on the top of a skyscraper. What is somewhere that bands normally don't play that you guys would like to play at?
We've played inside of a bus, so we're kind of into semi-atypical already. I think we could step it up and make it an Airbus. Let's shoot a video on an airplane, TK.
That would sound fantastic. OK Go did it.
Yeah.
I would suggest a huge metaphysical space like the some type of James Turrell's art installation that aligns with astronomical signs in the heavens, or just the Great Pyramids themselves, or the Sistine Chapel, or something like that. Something very enlightening, a space that is designed to be enlightened. That'd be good for me.
Very cool. Hey, we're gonna take another break. We're gonna listen to Chip and the Charge Ups, the 029er, and we'll be right back.
Music from the 412. Here is your concert calendar. I'm Bonnie Diver. Got the Clarks coming to Jurgles November the 24th. And listen to Music from the 412 for your chance to win tickets to that show. November the 24th, Dive Tragedy will be at the Bridge Music Bar. That's an 8:30 start. November the 29th, the Shiners will be at Jurgles. Listen for your chance to win tickets to that show. Not too early to think about 2024. We have a chance for you to win tickets to these shows. Three Dog Night at the Carnegie of Homestead Music Hall. That's January 25th. And a chance for you to win tickets to see Extreme with Living Color at the Carnegie Homestead Music Hall. You'll see me in the front row for that show. That's your concert calendar on Music from the 412.
What's up, everybody? I have two tickets to give away to the Clarks and special guest, the Jaded Lips, this Friday, November 24th, 8 p.m. Doors are at 6 p.m. You can find tickets for those on Drusky Entertainment's website. I only had one person sign up, so this is an easy ticket giveaway, but we have some other ones that we had mentioned earlier in the show that are coming up that you can still win tickets for by going to musicfrom412.com/contests. So tonight's winner is going to be let me try that again, going to be Joe Rumpler. Joe, keep an eye on your email for those tickets. So we are back for the third segment with Dream the Heavy. Congratulations to Jill on winning the tickets. We
All
have
right, chill.
some cool shows coming up like Exodus and Extreme and Mr. Big. So make sure you go to musicfrom412.com/contest and sign up for those. We're constantly in contact with Dressy Entertainment, and we try to give away a set of tickets each week. Although there's going to be a little break between Christmas and New Year's where there won't be any, mostly because I'm going to be pre-recording some shows. But okay, so you just heard the song, the old 2-9er, about Phil Bork, written by Chip and the Charge Ups. I actually have met Phil Bork twice. Really nice guy. And Chip has met him a lot. If anyone who's not familiar with who that is, he played for the Penguins in the 90s and won Stanley Cups with them. And he's been in the broadcast booth for them as well. So
Nice.
cool Pittsburgh song. Hey, so with me tonight, TK and Sully on the drums from Dream the Heavy. I'm asking them the hard-hitting questions. Or not.
Bring it, Bill.
Okay. So you're sitting on a bench and your musical idol sits down beside you. This is your Forrest Gump moment. But you're only allowed to ask them one question. Who is sitting down next to you and what are you going to ask them?
You take it, TK.
Right on. Well, yeah, that's Central Park, and it's David Bowie. And David Bowie sits down next to me. And after I apologize for crapping myself, I asked David Bowie, what kept you happy? That's it. That'll keep him going for a while. To be honest with you, when you leave it open-ended like that, we get to hang out for quite some time, even with me smelling the way I do.
I think for this question, I'm going to choose one of my favorite drummers from the early 80s, Stuart Copeland. Late 70s,
Yes.
early 80s, Stuart Copeland. I'm a huge Copeland fan. I love his voicings and the fact that most everything he did, he listened to once or twice and just improv in the studio. So I thought that was great. And my big question for him is, how do you take what you've just heard once or twice and find just the perfect voicing for it? Like, how do you not second guess what you're going to do when you're in such a time crunch? I think it's a big deal because, like, I know the way that we write, we lay the bones when we do our jam improv writing sessions, but then over time, those points of minutia are better articulated and they're better phrased, so we can have something that feels cohesive and thought out and not just a jam session. And I look at guys like Stuart Copeland and others who are able to do that, and it just I'm astonished by how amazing they are at voicing what needs to be played, but doing it with style and surprise that makes the song interesting every time you hear it.
That's
Cool.
true.
Remember earlier when I said we are going to do like 10 minutes on the dot, and then the middle one will be really long and the end one's going to be really short? We're at that point. We have about 2 minutes if I did the math right in my head. So before we go any further, I put up on the screen down below, Sully, it says dreamtheheavy.com. Where else can people find you and your music online?
Dreamtheheavy.com is a great place to go. We also have a linktree/dreamtheheavy. We have an Instagram account and a Facebook account, both at Dream the Heavy. And I think that's most of where we're active. Like I think we have a TikTok account. We just haven't really done much with it yet. It's when you have full-time jobs and a band and families and friends.
Most importantly, when you go there, you'll know how to see us live. So go to dreamtheheavy.com. Make sure that you experience live music now that we have the ability to do that again. That is what is most important. And our next big show is at Mr. Small's Theater, December 15th at the Winter Wonder Ball with a lot of great Pittsburgh acts and artisans.
And if you go to our website, you can find videos of us there to get a taste of what we are as a live band. I really think that's one of our greatest strengths in performance is what we do live.
So I did pull your website up. They can see it right now, although I was at the bottom of the page, so I scrolled in reverse order. But there is the Dream the Heavy website. And it looks like TK had more hair at one point.
Yeah.
So did I. But anyway, nobody could see me rubbing my head there. But
yeah, that is all the way back in like about 15 months ago. That picture was taken.
We're relatively a new band, you know.
Yeah,
we
is only
started getting together. Yeah.
Hey guys, I want to thank you for hanging out with me tonight on episode number 697 of the Pennsylvania Rock Show.
Sweet.
I wish I remembered who next week's guest is. I should remember. That's terrible.
They'll tell you next week.
I'm gonna go to my own website. I'm gonna cheat too. I'm gonna go to PARockshow.com, which takes me directly to the page I need on Build a Scene. It's buildascene.com/show/pars, as in PA Rock Show. Next week's guest is a Starlight Gray. They are from Central Pennsylvania, and they're kind of. I've seen them live. I saw them in, let's say it was September, at a Rock for Life show. They're kind of, metal-ish. I don't know what metal has so many different genres, but very cool band. Check them out before next week, and then come listen to them, chat with me for the evening. If you guys will hang out for a moment, we'll chat, and I'll tell you where you can find everything. And for those of you that are still tuned in live on the radio, you're going to hear 666 Ghosts by Normal Creatures, Puppeteer by God Hates Unicorns, and Partner in Crime by the Borstal Boys. And on the video end, we are done for the evening.
Super.